Hi for everyone, welcome to the channel Universal Maths. Again, the reminder, this is the next 10 problems of the book by Ahmad Demir. So let's get started. We'll now start with the term of an isosceles triangles. So now we'll solve this problem, but before watching this video, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and press the like button. So in this problem, we have to find out x here. In order to find out x, we have to draw two lines here. First line is AE that we need, and second line is CE. And from here, we can see that this angle will be 60 degrees. And this will be equal to this because this is a square. It was given that this is a square. Okay, this is a square. That's why this is a square because the sides AD and AB are equal. So we're given that all the angles of this quadrangle are 90 degrees. So it will be exactly a square. So if these and these sides will be equal, so these two angles must be each 60 degrees. And from here we know that this angle will be 30 degrees, and this will be also equal to this, and from here we know that this angle will be 75 degrees. Because 180 minus 30 will be 150 degrees, and by dividing by 2 we can get 75 degrees, and from here we can find out x. So x plus 75 degrees have to give us 90 degrees. Here x will be 15 degrees, and this is the correct answer. So let's move on. This is the next problem that we have to find out x again. Here what to do. Let me put here, draw here again the line, this line. If we draw this, we can see that these angles will be each 60 degrees because these sides are equal, AB and BE. So it will be this triangle will be equilateral. So this side will be also equal. So we know that this angle have to be alpha and alpha. They are equal, and here alpha will equal to, so alpha will equal to 180 minus 105. The sum of 60 and 45 will give us 105. So alpha will be here 75 degrees. And again, the secret term is that 45 plus x have to give us alpha. So 75 degrees, this is alpha, have to equal to 45 degrees plus x. And here x will be 30 degrees. And I believe that this is correct answer. Yes, it's correct. So let's move on. So I have to remind the term that works in an isosceles triangle. In an isosceles triangle, the height that dropped from the heel, or we can say from the top of the isosceles triangle, will be also median and also bisector. So in a triangle ADC, we can see that it is the DE line is height, altitude, and also the median. So it will be also bisector, and this will equal to this side AD will equal to DC. And from here we can write down that this angle will be 36 degrees. Yes, and we also know that this angle, if this angle will be alpha, this angle has to be also alpha. And here we know that alpha will equal to 36, 2 times 36. 36 plus 36 to give us 72 degrees. And here, x plus 2 alpha from the triangle ABD, we can write down 180 degrees. Plugging into this alpha 72 degrees, we can get 36 degrees. This will be 144. 180 minus 144 will give us 36 degrees. So next problem. It is given that AE is a bisector of the triangle ABC. So it will these angles will be somehow, it's not drawn accurately, but it is a bisector. I guess so. Orta is bisector. Yeah. These angles will be equal, and we know that. This, if this will be alpha, we can write down that 2 alpha plus 100 degrees, 70 plus 30 is 100, will give us 180 degrees. 2 alpha will be equal to 80 degrees. Here alpha will equal to 40 degrees. We found alpha, but our x is not founded. So how to find x? Here we know that this angle is equal to alpha plus 30 degrees, so it is 70 degrees. From here we know that x plus 70 degrees have to give us 90 degrees. 70 degrees have to give us 90 degrees. It is obvious that x has to be 20 degrees. This is the right answer. So let's move on. Here again we have to draw the line and find out x. Here x, here again, if we draw this line DC, we can see that ADC triangle is an isosceles triangle. Why is it so? Because we can see that DE line is altitude at the same time median. So this side will be equal to DA. DA is equal to DC. So we can write down this angle as x. And this, I believe, yeah, it is correct. And the next step is to know that this angle, it will be 2x. 2x, yeah. And 2x, this DC is equal to BC. So the angle CDB will be equal to DBC. So 2x, let me write here, 2x has to be equal 80 degrees. So x will be here 40 degrees. So this is the correct answer. The next, one of the most interesting problems here where we have to use the one term that I will explain later. So this angle is 70 degrees, and this side will be equal to b squared. We know that if it will be h altitude, it will the equation a squared plus h squared will be equal to b squared. Pythagoras, if I'm not mistaken. It is said in Russian it is Pythagoras, but in English I don't really remember. It is Pythagoras, we can say. So here a squared will be equal to b squared minus a squared. If we subtract from the both sides a squared, we'll get this equation. Here h will equal to, it will be plus minus, but we know that side do not have to be, must be positive. Positive in, not integer, positive numbers. So b squared minus a squared in a square root. So the next step is to write down that tangent. Oh, no, why? So tangent x here, the tangent of x is equal to h over a plus b. And here we can plug into h this square root of b squared minus a squared over a plus b. And we can cancel something here. If you mentioned here tangent x will equal to square root of b minus a times b plus a. And we know that a plus b will equal to b plus a. So it is the a plus b times a plus b in a square root. So this expression will give us a plus b. We can cancel now here, and we'll get the square root of b minus a and over square root of b plus a. And the next step is to write down here in this triangle, in a triangle ABD, we can write down that sine, if I'm not mistaken, no, cosine, we can write here in a red, we will write down here cosine 70 degrees will equal to a over b. Yeah, from here we know that a have to be equal to b times cosine 70 degrees. So we'll have to plug into a the b cosine 70 degrees. Now we'll write down here tangent x. Tangent x will be equal to b minus b times cosine 70 degrees. We can write this square root here, and it will be b plus b cosine 70 degrees. It is obvious that we can cancel here all b's, and we'll get here that it is a square root of 1 minus cosine 70 degrees over 1 plus cosine 70 degrees. And as it's visible, it will this is the tangent 35 degrees. This will give us tangent 35. Why is it so? Let me prove it. Let me prove it here. Square root of 1 minus cosine 70 degrees over 1 plus cosine 70 degrees. I believe that this is interesting for all of us. We know the formula, but we don't know, most of us don't know the proof of this formula. We know that cosine 2 alpha is equal to 2 times cosine squared alpha minus 1. Or we can write down that this will at the same time will equal to 2 times 1 minus 2 times sine squared alpha, I guess. Yeah, not mistaken here. And we can write down 70 as 35 times 2. So here it will be 1 minus, here it will be on the top 1 minus 2 sine squared alpha over 1. At the bottom it will be this one. Oh, okay. It will be in the bottom here, and plus 2 cosine squared alpha minus 1. It is obvious that 1 and 1 will cancel here and here in the denominator at the same time in the numerator. So at the end we'll get tangent x, that tangent x is not tangent x. So we'll get at the end which one here, it was 2 sine squared alpha, the square root of 2 sine squared alpha over 2 times cosine squared alpha, and this will give us 0, and this is alpha. It will be in the module here, module. It will give us tangent squared alpha, and in the module tangent alpha it will be. But as our alpha is equal to 70 degrees, we know that tangent 70 will be positive number. So it will be positive in our situation. But in other situations, it can be positive as well as negative. So I believe that you understood all this, and here x will equal to 35 degrees. And I believe it is the right answer. So as you can see, it is right. So let's move on to the next question. Here AC is equal to BC. Here AC is equal to BC. And here, if this angle will be alpha, this angle will be alpha minus 42. Alpha minus 42 degrees. And here again you can see that from the triangle ADC, the DE line is at the same time altitude and median, so it will be an isosceles triangle. This will equal to this side will equal to this side, and we can say that this angle will be alpha minus 42 degrees. And the last step is to know that x will be equal to 2 times alpha minus 42 degrees. Oh, not 40, 42 degrees, and it will equal to 2 alpha minus 84 degrees. Here we can find out here x from the triangle ABD. X will equal to 180 minus alpha minus 42 degrees. And we can also write down this as 2 alpha minus 84 degrees. Here we can find out x, no x, oops, we had to find out x but not alpha. Yeah, let me write down here x equals to 2 alpha minus 84 degrees. And we can find out here, we can factorize it, simplify, we'll get 138 degrees minus alpha. And if we multiply both sides by 2, we'll get that 2x will be equal to 276 degrees minus 2 alpha. And here x, we'll just solve these simultaneous equations. If we will sum up these two equations, we can get 3x will be equal to, this will be cancelled, and we'll get that to equal to 192 degrees. And here x will equal to 64 degrees, if I'm not mistaken. It is right. Yeah, it is right. So let's move on. Again, one of the most interesting problems in this session, is this. So we have to find out M angle. It is AEB angle. AEB. What is it? Here. AEB. This angle. It is M. We have to find out M angle. Here we know that this angle will be 70 degrees. 30 plus 40 will be 70 degrees. And these sides are equal, we can see. And this angle is equal to this angle. So if we write down that is this as alpha, this angle will be alpha minus 30 degrees, and this angle will be equal to 40 plus alpha, 40 degrees plus alpha. And from the triangle BFD, we can write down that alpha minus 30 degrees plus 70 degrees plus 40 plus alpha will be equal to 180 degrees. This says that 2 alpha plus 80 degrees will equal to 180 degrees. 2 alpha will equal to 100 degrees, and here alpha here, alpha will equal to 50 degrees. But this is not our answer. Here, if we know that alpha will be 50 degrees, this angle will be 90 degrees. From the triangle BDE, we can see that BF line is median at the same time altitude. So this is 90 degrees. This is like this, 90 degrees, and we know also that in an isosceles triangle, these sides will be equal. So the angle 70 and M will be equal. So M have to be 70 degrees. We found it, and it's true. So let's move on. Here we have to find out x again. But how to find out here? Again, we have to draw a line here, EC line that we need. And here again, we can see that BEC triangle is an isosceles triangle. You can see that this will be these sides will be equal, and they will be alpha and alpha, and this will be 60 degrees minus alpha. This and this angle will be also 60 degrees minus alpha. Here we know also that this angle will be 90 degrees minus alpha. Here we can sum up these three angles. Oops. And we know also that x is equal to 90 degrees minus alpha. And again, we know that the sum of these three angles will give us 180 degrees. X plus 90 degrees minus alpha plus here 60 degrees minus alpha has to give us 180 degrees. And one of the most interesting thing is that this equals to x. We can plug into this x, and it will be 2x plus 60 degrees minus alpha to give us 180 degrees. Here 2x minus alpha will be equal to 120 degrees. And here if we here express alpha with x in terms of x, we'll get that alpha will equal to 90 degrees minus x. Here we can plug into alpha 90 degrees minus x. 2x minus 90 degrees plus x will give us 120 degrees. Here it will be equal to 3x will be equal to 210 degrees. And here x will equal to 70 degrees. And I believe that this is true answer. Yeah, this is true. So the last but not least problem, I guess, is this problem. Here, these angles are, we can indicate as alpha. This angle will be also alpha. We have to find out x here. And again, the secret term to alpha, it will be alpha plus alpha. And here we know that alpha plus 2 alpha has to give us 90 degrees, because this right angle triangle 3 alpha will be equal to 90 degrees. Alpha here will be equal to 30 degrees. But this is not our answer. This will be 2 alpha, and 2 alpha is 60 degrees in our situation, because alpha is 30 degrees. Here it will be 60 degrees, and this will be 90 degrees, as you can see. So x will be 90 degrees minus 60 degrees. 90 minus 60 will give us 30 degrees. That is equal to x. And this is true. This was our last problem. Thank you for your attention. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel and press the like button. And don't miss our next videos and the next interesting problems. In order to do that, do not forget to switch on the notifications. See you soon. Goodbye.